So welcome back to chapter 7, where we're going to continue the story of stories. And I really, truly hope that you've been enjoying these little snippets that I've been sharing with you weekly. But let's get into it. Chapter 7. As I've mentioned to you before, I've always worked with my own intuition when creating fragrance. And even though I was taught by a beautiful master perfumer, which is actually, just to give you a little bit of information, a perfumer is called le nez, which translates to the nose. And I just love that phrase. I just wanted to share that with you. But she never took anything away or added anything in. It was much like working from a blank canvas, allowing me to paint my story through scent, much like an artist would tell their story through a painting or a musician through their music. And because I'd learnt to blind smell, I never knew what I was putting into my fragrances. I simply kept layering with the beautiful notes based on my emotion and my memory. Rather than creating a structured formula, I love just working this way. It wasn't until the fragrance was complete, when the top heart and the base notes had settled into their final form, that I sat back and something incredible happened. Tears streamed down my face. Now, I know that's not usually a good look, but these were not from sadness, but from pure joy. Because in that moment, I was transported back to my childhood before the trauma. And it was as if my past had been restored to me. It was as if my life had come full circle. And that is the power of fragrance. It does have the ability to heal, to reconnect us to parts of ourselves that we thought were lost, like it did with me. And then when I finally looked at those notes that I had put in to create the fragrance, I was completely blown away, because without realizing it, I had created a scent that was deeply connected to my grandfather. His rose garden, the pots of plants, the river at the base of his garden with those damp leaves, the tomato plants in his greenhouse. Every single element of that fragrance was him, my DaDa. It was his world bottled. And at that moment, I knew I wasn't making perfumes as a hobby or for myself anymore. I was going to create a luxury niche fragrance house. I had followed beautiful luxury niche fragrance houses for years, but I never heard anyone truly speak about the power of scent in this way, the way that I had just experienced it, the way it connects us to memory, mood, and emotion. Now, if you want to push me into a pinpointed moment, I will have to say that that was my light bulb moment, and this was the birth of Stories Parfums.